The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the A Show, where tonight we will be welcoming Rockstar Blends founder, formulator, and speaker, Heather Reilly Hiemstra, on very shortly. She is fascinating, and I think you are going to very much enjoy this guest, especially if you enjoyed last week's episode, because it's kind of a continuation of what we talked about. We were really fortunate to find her. We ran into her at the Cannadelic, where she was a speaker about orgasms and the effect of cannabinoids and THC and how they work with us and enhance our pleasure. So for those of you who would like to know a little bit about this, stay put, hang on, we got a lot for you. But in the meantime, thank you for being here. We're sorry we're a little bit late. We're experiencing some technical difficulties.
I will take the blame on that.
Again.
Oh, man.
But welcome. Well, it's good to see you. And by the way, I was informed by my friend Marty that Jessie Bell Smothers let me know through Marty that the first vibrator was, in fact, not made by the doctor's office, but by Cleopatra way back in the day, because apparently back then men were not getting it done. And she would send her servants out to collect honeybees for the hollowed out gourd that she had. And she would put the honeybees into the hollowed out gourd. Now,
I found a debunk on that, though.
I don't know if that's true or not. I did not have time to look it up. But either way, even if it's not true, it was worth mentioning. So
absolutely. I love it, though. Think about it. It's pretty cool.
That is innovation at its finest. I mean, cleaning water, honey beans, and an empty gourd. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This is the things we do for survival, right?
Yes. I think it's pretty cool.
So welcome everybody watching us live. Welcome everybody rewatching us. We appreciate you. Please share this episode. Share it to your social media. It really helps us. We love you. We appreciate you. If you're lurking, please sign in. We like to see your face. We like when you say hi. And speaking of, I see James. I see Michael. Amanda, speaking of, hi. Fernando, I see Alex. Who else is here? I'm scrolling. Let's see. There's Winona. So people are filtering in. Hello. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. So yeah, last week was a fun episode.
I loved it. What did everybody think of that?
That was probably one of my favorite episodes.
Yes.
So I was more fun than it should have been.
I know. I enjoyed it a lot. You know, I went back listening to all the clips and stuff, just cracking up.
Oh my God. When we got the clips, there were so many good clips. I didn't even know what to post.
Yes.
I could have just posted. Yeah, there were so many. So, Michael. Well, you know, it was like I said, Clips for Sale. Clips for Sale said that February is the greatest month of kink. So, and that Valentine's Day is the greatest day of kink. So keeping in that, you know, we kicked off February with Black History Month, and now we're going on to the greatest month of kink. So, and we're continuing in that vein. You're welcome. You are welcome.
Exactly. Keep the spirit going as long as you want, actually.
That's right.
So.
How's everybody doing?
Well, I hope well. How are you, actually? How are you?
Oh my God. Amanda says I was with Jessie.
Go
yeah. Go ahead. You do it.
No.
Oh, were you? Okay. I just got to ask Jessie, like, how would she know that? Did she just sit there and, you know, like, where are these random facts? Then again, she's a redhead, so I guess I should expect nothing less.
I had to go digging for that one, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was curious, and I only found it on a couple obscure sites.
Oh.
So, and one said, oh, that's not true. But you know what? I don't know. I like the whole idea of using bees to do that. That's kind of interesting. So
It's terrible. You're mistreating the bees. I'm still down here. I'm just trying to plug a fan in.
so Amanda says you're in Orlando. Awesome. Well, I hope you guys are having a great time in Florida. It's a little warmer here.
Yeah, it is.
And also, Michael, you had a great weekend. I hope everybody else did too. There's so much to do. It's beautiful at the moment. Take the wind down here where we have cooler nights, beautiful days.
Definitely.
This is the best time of year when it's like this. And I understand it might be cold again next week. So, get outside and enjoy it when you can down in Florida. What did anybody do anything special? Whatever happened to all those things you guys were saying you were going to do or not do?
Yeah. Hopefully.
No.
Yeah, we just did a Valentine's Day for Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Just
that was fun.
Had a fun excuse to do some arts and crafts and eat good food, which you never really need an excuse for that, but
no, but it was worth it.
Yes.
And
why not?
Yep, good steak. Friends, hang out. And I actually hung my artwork up. So.
Did you?
Mm-hmm, sure did.
Good for you. Michael is saying that the love interest survived Valentine's Day. She treated me to dinner. It was one of the nicest things a girl's ever done for me. Aw,
that's great.
Good. Alex says I celebrated my dad's birthday yesterday, which is today. Well, I've met your dad. Tell him happy birthday from me too. He is a wonderful, wonderful, sweet man.
Oh, wait a minute. I think
we met him at the Clearwater Library Comic Con.
Yes. Well, tell him I said happy birthday as well. Whether I met him or not, please say it anyway. Yes, and I do remember him. Yes.
My. Winona says she's having a 2-day date this weekend. We are having we are having a slumber party or a camp out or something fun. I am very, very, very excited for you, Winona.
Oh, please, if you awesome. Share, we would love to hear next week how it goes.
Yes, I'm very excited for you.
Yes, me too. That's awesome. Be safe. Go, girl. Right, Michael? You go.
No, I don't know about safe. Have fun.
Oh, well.
Safety's overrated.
Yeah, all right. That's true. That's true. Good point.
So let me tell you about our amazing guest who, like I said, we met her inadvertently, not really officially met her, but we met her a couple of years ago when Cannadelic was a big, huge thing. It was like a 2-day event, and she was one of the guest speakers. And the topic, I did not want to miss this particular, what is it called? Help me out, Eva.
Wait,
what?
No, go ahead.
It was basically, I didn't want to miss this topic because it was about mushrooms and THC and how it affects us sexually and how we can benefit from it.
Right.
So the speaker there were multiple speakers, but the main speaker there was Heather Reilly Hiemstra. She's a founder, formulator, and speaker for Rockstar Blends. So let me read her intro to you because I can tell you when I saw her right away, I was just like, okay, if we could ever get this woman on the show, she would be amazing. And we ran into her a couple of weekends ago. And yeah, there you go. It's like, wow. So I'm going to read her intro, which is very well done. So I feel like I want to read what she wrote. So here we go. The magic of live music and its possibilities of ecstatic transformation have inspired Heather in her journey since childhood, from professional actor to record industry scout, jeweler to blacksmith, alchemist to rock star woman. Surviving postpartum colon cancer was the catalyst for Heather's foray into formulating with pure plant botanicals. An intense desire to heal herself and keep her family healthy and well through all stages of life. Heather believes, simply enough, that when we feel good, we can do good, and the world needs more of that from all of us. Heather has been building the Rockstar Blends audience one relationship at a time with this message for over a decade. She is especially dedicated to helping the hundreds of women she's met and the millions more just like them who are desperate to have a conversation no one seems to want to have. How can I feel good as I age? How can I stay vibrant and sexy as my body changes through life? What can I use to help myself that's truly safe to use? And by the way, she is considered a menopause expert. Now, I realize that our audience tends to be more male than female, but trust me, this affects you as well.
Sure does.
This will help you in the future with your partners as well.
Yes.
So building these 100% plant-based formulations that help everyone feel so much better is just the beginning of Heather giving back for her second chance of life, for getting to be a wife and a mom, for every comped ticket, every backstage pass, every ecstatic transformative moment life keeps sharing with her. In today's episode, Heather shares with us the power of orgasms, the ultimate longevity hack. To the science, the myths, and the methods we can employ to ensure a lifetime of profound pleasure while improving our health span, all while navigating the hormonal battlefield of peri and menopause. As the girlfriend you can talk to about anything and everything, no subject is too taboo, no question too personal, and no concern too silly. Let's help the world feel better, look better, and do better. So, yay! I love that. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Hi. Welcome, Heather.
Speakers.
How are
Hi.
you?
You are joining us now. Welcome.
Can you hear? I can't hear you yet.
You can't hear?
So everyone,
Do you have earbuds in?
all see and hear me. I can't hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
In.
Yeah. Hi.
Good.
That must be her handsome husband, I'm guessing.
Earbuds?
External, no.
MacBook speakers.
Well, we really want to know about orgasms, so hopefully she can get this straightened out.
And you know what? She has male products too on her website.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Do you want to try earbuds?
Yeah. Don't see it. I don't see why.
Bluetooth.
Okay.
Let me text her real quick.
No.
Let's see. Earbuds.
Oh, look, she muted herself.
There you go. Okay. Well, until she gets, I just texted her. How about adding earbuds?
In the meantime, I am going to tell you.
Hello.
There she is.
Hi.
You hear us?
I'm good. I had to just pull everything out. I had to disconnect from everywhere.
I'm telling you, the StreamYard, this platform we're using is acting very wonky. So it's not just you.
No, I had trouble tonight.
Yeah,
sorry about that.
It's being persnickety. So welcome.
Hi.
Thank you.
We're so glad you could join us.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I mean, I love these conversations where we just go from aught to 60. Let's just talk about. I love that. How is it?
I know you probably didn't hear our intro, but we did your whole entire intro, and I love what you wrote for us. So we did the whole thing.
Oh,
it was
right
perfect.
on. Oh,
So
good.
Thank you.
I love that. I'm about to launch something new, a salon style online group for us to get together and, talk about the endocannabinoid system and talk about how to, feel good and have good orgasms and, live well, etc. And so when I was writing that, I was like, all right, well, this is something new instead of just pulling from the press kit and being like, here you go, April.
I like it. So
Wonderful.
for people who don't know, what is the endocannabinoid system?
So your endocannabinoid system is what the medical community, when they discovered it, which was only in the last century really, has dubbed your system of homeostasis. So hands up for everyone who knows what homeostasis is. Balance, everyone. This is your system of balance. Yes, except, I'm sorry, I won't do it. Don't do it. It's your system of balance. Your endocannabinoid system affects every single function in your body if you're a mammal.
Okay.
If you're a mammal, it affects every, and we didn't preface anything. I can just talk freely here. I swear.
There's no, we don't have any censorship.
It affects every fucking thing in your whole body. Everything. And I always say, why you got me out here yelling at the top of the roofs about this system instead of every doctor on the planet? I don't know. But I am here to tell you that when you start to understand the endocannabinoid system, ECS, you will understand how to help yourself feel better. everything, better sleep and better moods and better appetites and better libido and better recovery from exercise. I mean, there's absolutely fucking nothing that the endocannabinoid system doesn't control. And I'm happy to give you all a little science lesson whenever you're ready.
Ooh, bring it, please.
Bring it.
Go ahead.
We are happy to have that.
Okay.
Everybody wants to know this, and everybody wants better orgasms, I think. So.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. And even if you don't want better orgasms, I want you to be able to get what I'm telling you that you should have an orgasm for. I want you to be able to know how to do this, make this inside yourself so that you get all the benefits. So
Okay.
I think even if people aren't interested in orgasms, they're definitely interested in better sleep. So
exactly.
Balance.
Balance. And you know what? Once you have better sleep, you might just start to want those orgasms.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of the equation where it's so much of this goes before this goes before this. If you simply, you know, I say to people who come to me who are just completely wrecked. I'm a menopause coach, and especially when people are just completely out of their, I'm like fucking done. I say, okay, let's go. Let's start at the base here. Let's nourish your endocannabinoid system. So what is this system? This system, I always say that the worst thing they ever did was put the word cannabis in the middle of it, because it actually doesn't have a whole lot to do with cannabis. Cannabis is one of the plants that activates the endocannabinoid system. And they discovered the endocannabinoid system while studying cannabis, because we all wanted to know why cannabis has so many therapeutic effects. There's a study I love where the doctors are saying, listen, this 13-year-old kid is getting relief from cannabis, but he's stoned all the time. So we want him to not have epileptic seizures that are life-threatening, but we don't want him to be stoned all the time. That was just one study, but they were looking into why does cannabis affect the body? What they discovered is a 3-part system. I told you I'm going to try and keep this really easy.
Okay.
We have receptors all throughout our body. They say CB1, cannabinoid receptor 1, they live in the brain, central nervous system. We've got CB2 receptors in the gut, thousands of them in the reproductive system. These receptors are so intricately tied to our endocrine system. The endocrine system controls your hormones, like your hormones, baby. We all want to pay attention to that. Controls the balance of your hormones. Okay, so these receptors throughout the body get activated by cannabinoids. My favorite are plant cannabinoids, phytocannabinoids, because Mother Nature didn't just put them in the cannabis plant, she put them in a bunch of other plants, and we can use them topically. For instance, right on our pussy to make us feel fantastic. But
All right, now we're getting to it.
I have to do something like that so that everybody doesn't like eyes glaze over, because we're still in lessons, science before sex, people. It's worth it.
So,
okay.
So if I remember correctly, you were saying that even people who don't wish to take an edible or wish to smoke marijuana, they can get the benefits of all this by applying it directly to their vagina or their nether regions.
Absolutely. Okay. However, I'm going to tell you something that's a little bit of a bummer about that statement that you just made there. Okay. And that is people who are eating an edible, they're eating a particular brew, a concoction of cannabinoids, mostly CBD, because, oh my God, CBD is so popular, and THC, because that will make you feel trippy. Okay, those are only 2 of over 160 cannabinoids. And what we are doing here is we're isolating, and we're literally overtaxing our cannabinoid system. So that's sort of the bummer of when I'm at Cannadelics, big cannabis events. I have, people think, oh, I'm activating my endocannabinoid system daily. And I'm saying to them, unless you're really paying attention to your terpenes and you're getting all of the cannabinoids, you're actually overtaxing your system. especially people who are smoking concentrates, because that's really concentrated. So you people need to spend extra time putting phytocannabinoids on your pussy and everywhere else to balance you out. Okay. I love it. I told you, like, I don't get to be unfiltered all the time. Usually have
No, I just think we should drink every time you say pussy.
right on. I've got my hot
Here
Cheers.
Cheers.
I love it. I can so get behind this game. Okay. So what I'm saying is actually, though, exactly that, April. When I talk to people about nourishing their endocannabinoid system, I'm not talking about anything that's going to make you feel any different. First of all, just for everybody who is here to let you know, I'm a colon cancer survivor, and I lost my ascending colon 20 years ago.
Wow.
So, and then they cut it out and cut out the big fat tumor. It was like boom, boom, like colonoscopy to surgery within a week. And after that, I said, I can't do the chemo because I had to nurse Hunter, our baby. He was 9 months old. And I was like, I got to nurse a baby and then I'll cut out of here. So I started learning about plants that would boost my immune system because I had no fucking idea why I got cancer. Like no family history, skinny vegetarian, 37 years old, living in Italy, teaching Pilates, running all over. I was healthy and well, and I had a
You are not the demographic.
No. So when I said no to chemo, I was like, oh, okay, I know I'm making a really ballsy decision here. I come from a whole family of doctors. And so I started to learn about plants because I had this doctor in San Diego look at me and be like, you're a pain in the ass. You should have chemo. But since you're not going to have chemo, and he was so curmudgeonly, he was like, you know what, since you're not, I'm going to try and teach you some things to keep you alive. And so that's how I started to learn about plants. I didn't learn at the time that they're phytocannabinoids. Fortunately, I'm pretty smart in that department of the chemistry thing. And I started like botany and I was like, holy shit, what's going on here? They're all just like the cannabis plant. And when you put them all together, they work beautifully. So my formulas that I've worked with are activating your endocannabinoid system. And all I was trying to do is boost my immune system. And
So
one
you're
day,
balancing yourself, right?
constantly, April, that's exactly it. Because when the body is balanced, then the bad shit doesn't happen. We all know that, right? Like when you feel, but I always say to people, take a moment, close your eyes if you want to. Think about what balance feels like for you. I mean, so many of us, if you're not saying sleep, I hope you're sleeping good because we need to balance our sleep. I'm 57 years old and my sleep, like I'll take the sword right out of my head. And I'll come right after you if you fuck with my sleep. Even my husband of 30 years knows like, okay, we got too many cats on the bed. Better not, better not cuddle too much with her. And
Good job.
right? It's precious. And when I use my Rockstar Woman on my, vagina right before bed, sex or not, I will sleep better. Here's back to the science. So you've got these receptors and they're all over under your arms, tons of them in your armpit, wherever your lymph is.
Your lymph nodes, right?
The lymph nodes, baby.
Okay.
Your belly button, your neck, boobs, so many lymph nodes, your groin, again, your belly button, back of your knees, your ankles, soles of your feet. You have all these places. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I put on my botanicals and then I just am doing this constantly. And some days, like, my daughter and I convinced my husband to make cookies last night, which was like never fucking happens. It was amazing. I ate all these cookies. I was so puffy this morning. I used my roll on and you can feel it dripping down the back of your throat. It's nasty, but it's your body draining.
Draining. Yeah.
At the same time, I'm feeling like waking up a little more energized because the endocannabinoid receptors are receiving the botanicals. Now I'm going to tell you other ways besides I'm not here to just pound the sand and tell you about my blends. There's so many ways to activate the system. And then I'm going to tell you about the best way to activate the system, which is why we're all here. Because orgasms, seriously, people, are the best way. So, okay.
I remember you saying this.
Uh-huh.
You said that the female orgasm serves absolutely no purpose except to raise our immune system.
Boom, baby. I mean, it's not actually the orgasm that produces that oxytocin, that despite the fact that, you know, my husband loads the dishwasher like a raccoon on meth 30 years later, he's still here. It's not from the act of orgasm. It's from that closeness we get. That's when all of those beautiful things are being produced. But when the female body has an orgasm, she produces, so now we're going 0 to 60 with the science. She produces the only endocannabinoid that fully binds to the CB1 and almost all of the CB2 receptors in the body. So why is this so important? So first of all, I'll say it in the medical terms for anybody who's on the call who likes to get really totally fucking into it. An endocannabinoid is produced inside ourselves. Endo from the Greek meaning within. Most cannabinoids, like cannabis, is an exogenous cannabinoid because it's outside of us, and we take it and we consume it or put it on us, and it activates the receptors. There are endogenous ones that we make ourselves. These are the ones that I am always counseling people to get going on in their body. And there's a number of ways to make them. So going back a step, you can make them by dancing. If dancing is your thing, if you're one of those people who's just so total fucking dancing queen, has to dance. Like, unlike me, you know, like after the Sandy Hook shooting, what did I do for days on end as a grieving, crying, wretched mother? I just danced. My kids would be like, why are you dancing, mama? I'd be like, because I have to. You know, it was my only way to heal after such a trauma was dancing. And singing is a huge one for me. When I used to get migraines, when I would have my period, I couldn't sing. And I used to say to my husband, if I could only sing, I could pull myself out of this. I was literally speaking about the endocannabinoid system. It's unfucking believable, people. We all need to understand this system. So does anybody have any questions, April? I'm just talking and talking, baby. Do you want me to stop? You put your hand up.
I'm listening.
No, everybody's listening. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the endogenous ones, the ones we produce ourselves. Okay, you can make them by doing yoga. I'm apparently not one of them because doing yoga does not make me feel all like, you know, fabulous. But you can make them in whatever way brings you that burst of joy. But there is only one that you can make that is a full agonist to all of those receptors. It fully binds and it fully activates, and that is 2-arachidonoglycerol. And the way you make that in the biggest boost is the female orgasm. And no, it doesn't make you happy. Doesn't, you know, bind you to your husband or your partner, your lover, or nothing. What it does is it boosts your fucking immune system and it makes your bones strong. It helps you produce DHEA, which helps make your bones strong. So what happens to women as estrogen leaves the room, right? She gets older. Hormones start getting to be a little bit crazy, as my one friend, it's a hormonal battlefield out there, Heather. Things get a little crazy and things start to get thrown off a little, and your sleep's disrupted and your body temperature, you're like hot flash, you know, I'm sweating, whatever. Your joints are starting to be achy. Your libido tanks. A lot of people used to attribute the tank in the libido to all the other symptoms, but literally the libido is tanking because estrogen, Mother Nature's taking the estrogen away. And, you know, she's a cruel fucking bitch, man. She's like, you're done, baby. You know, you're done. But she gave us a secret. And it's sort of funny talking like that, gets in my Celtic Irish, Scotch Irish roots, being like, okay, people, let's listen to our great grandmothers here. Let's listen to the goddess wisdom. And that is, if you find the keys, if you find the plants to nourish your body, you will aid beautifully and become like what? There's like 4 species who experience menopause, us and orcas, which I fucking love because I love orcas. And
really, orcas?
I
didn't know that.
Narwhals.
Oh.
And something else. One other.
Is it like an orangutan or something?
No, it's not. It's not the chimpanzees. Do you know, John?
It actually is
The chimps?
a species, a subspecies.
Oh, it's a subspecies. Okay. Yeah, you're right. It's a subspecies of primates, as my husband in the corner. Yeah.
Tell him thank you.
Definitely.
Narwhals. We love the narwhals.
Narwhals. That's not a good idea. They have a long, it can
Yeah.
do some damage.
I could do some serious damage.
And welcome everybody
Yeah.
joining us. I'm sorry we weren't live earlier. Apparently Twitch does not like the word orgasm in the title.
We are live on Rumble, though, just so you know.
Okay.
The first time tonight, too, by the way.
Goodness.
All right. We got one, but not the
Not
other.
like the word
Okay,
orgasm.
yeah. Alex is asking if this can help men too.
Yes. So there's fantastic studies, Alex, that I'm sort of obsessed with right now. I read about them daily. So when we see high endocannabinoid receptor activity in the prostate, in the testicles, we see the atopsis of cell malignancies, meaning that when we see high endocannabinoid receptor activity in your balls, you don't have prostate cancer.
Oh, that's a,
Ooh,
okay.
Right.
That's a big one.
Huge.
Well, kind of, sort of. Well, big.
Yeah.
This is really huge because, I mean, as a cancer survivor, I am just, the worst thing you can do is ask me to go to a cancer benefit. I'll be like, fuck that, man. We know so much and we are not, I mean, it's not true. I'm not like a crazy conspiracy theory girl, but
Oh, I am.
okay, right on. Very strong.
I'll own it.
All right, here
We've
you
been
go.
hearing
Right.
for ages now, decades, that marijuana was tied to cancer recovery.
Absolutely.
So, and the theory behind it all was that the pharmaceutical companies did not want that out there because things like, all the cancer treatments were far more beneficial financially than curing it. So
Preach. That's exactly right.
it's funny. My mom died from cancer,
Oh.
and when we got her off of chemo, finally, the chemo was just wrecking her. The doctor, she asked the doctor the opinion. It was our GP, not her oncologist. And she asked the GP, she's like, would you get off the chemo now? This has been 3 years. And he said, he goes, I never would have started. He goes, I would never do chemo ever. And she's like, really? And I remember thinking to myself, neither, I wouldn't either. And he's like, no. He goes, it's so harsh. It's like, it just annihilates you. He's like, I would live my best life and do anything but that.
Yeah. I'd see these people. I mean, there's a word for it. What happens when the body is just eaten by the chemo? And yeah, they've killed the cancer and they've killed everything else.
Everything with it.
Everything with it. And John, my husband, loves to speak to this and speaks really eloquently about what happened with the Rockefellers and all, the Carnegies and all the money.
Yeah, back in the 20s.
Back in the 20s.
And when everything changed over and they removed plant medicine from everything and then financed all the universities to make sure they did not include plant medicine and made it all petrochemicals. We have discussed that.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Yeah, we've discussed that. And then they put
yeah.
all their own people on the boards, and then they made the American Cancer Society and the Food and Drug Administration and everything else. And they still run it all to this day. Yes.
Oh, it
But
just.
we're not conspiracy theorists.
But we're not
No.
conspiracy.
And there's only 5 countries that don't incorporate plant medicine or homeopathic medicine, and those are the 5 that were basically, England settled countries, which is us, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and England. Every other country incorporates plant medicine or natural medicine, and they are all healthier. But yeah, besides that, yeah.
Besides that, exactly. You know why? It's because they discovered the endocannabinoid system. What we actually see is when you have high endocannabinoid receptor activity, and I'll define that again in a moment if for anybody wants to. When you see high activity with these receptors, you see telomeres, which are the ends of our DNA, and the telomere caps are stronger and better. When someone's at the end of their life, you look at their telomeres and those puppies are gone. The DNA
They're short.
raw dogging at the end, and it is time for that body to cut out of here. So we always are looking to cap those telomeres. And when we're activating those endocannabinoid receptors, now, it's like, it was so easy.
You're making a longer telomere, right? Keeping them longer.
Exactly. It was so easy. And again, we're not conspiracy theorists, but it was so easy for them to recognize if we alter the cannabis plant and cultivate it so that it's really high in THC, people will be stoned They won't be getting all of the therapeutic benefits because they're only getting a really heavy dose of one cannabinoid and then some of the others. We'll be able to vilify it because when people are smoking THC full weed, they look like total fucking stoners. We can make the war on drugs because if we let people smoke a fully balanced cannabis plant, oh my God, they're not going to have cancers so much. And oh my goodness, their reproductive systems might sort themselves and menopause might be easier for them. And where the fuck are we going to get any money from these people? We're not going to get any money because they're just going to be happily functional stoners. But you know what? We cultivate that plant so that it's so high in THC, people will develop a psychological dependence on it. People say, oh, cannabis is not addictive. Bullshit, it is.
And we're seeing the weird side effects of like the twisted gut syndrome and all of that from the fact that it stores in your fat cells when you got these high levels of that certain type. So,
and then there's the whole question of the gummies. We don't know how the liver processes gummies. Nobody.
No, don't talk about my gummies now.
I know, baby. It works.
No, back off my fucking gummies, okay?
Yeah.
But you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, but also too, there's a difference, I think, between chronic users and people that are recreational here and there. So
exactly. That's exactly it. But also the other thing, April, is I say this all the time. If you're feeling good, your liver is clearly not in distress. Look at you. You're a fucking bombshell. Your liver is not in distress. It's working for you. I eat a gummy and I become ratchety. I might actually kill you. Probably not you. You're bigger than me. But I'm coming after you, baby. There's no way. But it doesn't work for me. I feel it right away, and it's my liver going.
Really?
Yeah, I love Happy Year of the Horse, everyone. I love my acupuncturist, and I love my Asian doctor, Chinese doctor. I love Dr. Zhao. He's everything to me, and he will say to me, if you eat something and it makes you angry, it is because it doesn't agree with your liver. Meanwhile,
wow,
you could have bowls and bowls of it. You could have bowls and bowls of it.
That explains angry drunks.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's exactly where I just went with that.
Did you?
Yep. Angry drunks. Yeah.
Exactly. Your body's not processing it the way other people's processing it. And that's how CBD is for me. Like, I am a dedicated leaf smoker. Don't even give me any of those fucking concentrates. I don't want it. I also don't like anything that's high in THC. I don't, because that's my body. I also really am not a fan of CBD. Like, I like CBDA a lot. I like CBDG a lot. I'm starting to really learn that is the genetic wave of the future. I was speaking at an event at the Neurodivergent Institute in St. Pete in December and met these two geneticists, and they're talking about genetic studies to find out what your terpenes are. And I've been saying this for years. When we can learn, when we can say, April, these are your terpenes, Eva, these are your terpenes, Heather, these are what works for you, Jeff, this works for you. And then we can, it's like you see somebody at the dinner table and they're like this, and you're like, can I have the pepper? And they're like, no. And they're still going. That's because pinene activates those endocannabinoid receptors, and their body is like, give me more black pepper. Like some people with chocolate. My husband is like, I have to hide what I want for the chocolate if I ever want chocolate, because cacao is not my, I put it in my coffee. Oh, really? Yeah, problem children.
Yeah. I don't have a shut off. I have a total shut off with alcohol, but chocolate or ice cream.
That's so funny. See, everybody has their thing. I'm like that with lemons. I'm like that with citrus, to the point where I can sometimes get headaches from limonene because I'm like that with the citrus. Like, when I was living in Italy, there would be times I'd buy like bags of mandarinis and just like, I'd eat them all before I got home. And then I'd have, a reaction in my mouth or something like that. Like,
I can't say I don't have my thing. I do. So I don't keep it in my house either. So, we all have something that's the case that we just can't have around.
Exactly. But then something like black pepper or chocolate. I mean, Eva, if you work with her, I wouldn't take the chocolate away from her, because if that's what she needs, don't be doing that. There's no reason to bring that.
Heather, she's my cousin. So we do battle with that. And when I was over there for the Galentine thing the other day, I brought one little thing of dark chocolate.
Yeah, she's getting smart about rationing it to me.
Yeah.
Like she'll eat her half first and then give me
That's
like
exactly
half,
what I did.
and that's all that's left. You know, she'll be like, here, and I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm eating it all. She's like, no, that's your half.
Yep,
I did the
that's
same.
exactly what I did.
I'm old enough to know.
Yeah.
No
I left the
expectations.
rest at home.
That's
So-
funny.
I have some questions, and I know you
Okay.
haven't figured to see everything, but I just wanted to interject a couple of things.
Sure.
I have heard from men that they believe that more divorces come during menopause than any other time, and they struggle with all of this. Would some of these things help get them through? 'Cause I know this can be a really trying time, because I also know that hormones are everything. They really are everything. And sometimes it's tough for men too, because men go through something allegedly called andropause, where they stop making the testosterone. So if you have at the same time a woman going through menopause and you have a man going through andropause, this can be a challenging time. So can this be helpful?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's really the number one reason why I do this with my company, because I would never think that I would be out here telling women how to have better orgasms, but it came from a desire to help people feel better. After you live through tragedies, I think you come out of them with a different directive, and that is, I need to help the world feel better. And what happens over and over and over, and I'm 57, I've seen it. My girlfriends, my guy friends, things start to change. The stresses of life come into play. Her libido goes out the room. He's needing it even more. There's no release of stress. There's no cannabinoid receptor activity. Nobody's nourishing their cannabinoid system. And these men are left saying, wait, I want to understand. The women don't understand. We are only now talking when here's something that I find really important.
Our audience says you don't look 57.
Right.
I love you all. When's your
Of course
first
she doesn't. That's why she's here.
Right.
Explain
Yeah,
her,
you don't look
explain her witchcraft.
really about your endocannabinoid system. For the past 20 years, I have been working my ass off to prove my family wrong.
They're right. You look about 41.
Yeah, you look amazing.
Oh, yeah.
42, secret of the
It's
universe.
the secret of the universe.
I'll be 42.
That's what I say. I'm endlessly 42. It's the
Endlessly
end of the end of the universe, right?
Exactly, it is.
You're
It
a
is.
nerd. You speak nerd.
I totally speak nerd. We all know that. Exactly. I love it. So when I got my certification, my degree as a menopause specialist, they said to us in the whole chapters about what happens to the vaginal wall when estrogen leaves the room, they kept saying, don't say atrophy. Use a different, that sounds, I'm like, fuck that.
It's atrophy.
It's atrophy. If there is a better call to action, can you imagine saying to, well, I do, because I say it to my teenage daughter and she's like, oh my God, Mom. I was like, literally, if you don't take care of your pussy now, when you have no estrogen left, the walls of your vagina will atrophy. Like,
Do you know that nobody talks about this? No,
Not a fucking person.
not
No.
a fucking generation that has
Nope.
ever talked about that. When you go to the gynecologist and they tell you, hey, your pussy lips are atrophying, you're like, what is happening? They tell you
Yep.
you got to moisturize your lips. They don't tell you got to moisturize your lips.
Nope.
Would
No.
you get out of the shower and start your day without using any moisturizer at all? No, I got like 85 fucking things that I could choose from to put
Head
on. Any
toe, you have to moisturize.
But has
Mhm.
anyone ever said, when estrogen leaves the room, Heather, your vagina, the walls of your vagina are going to become so thin that they might tear.
Micro
during
tears.
intercourse.
Micro tears. And
You
it
might
burns. It'll burn. Yep.
And you're going to start getting urinary tract infections because your body's pH is going to get so thrown off. On top of it, try and take him inside you while you're a little bit off. That friction will cause another shitstorm of infection. And what
Right.
do? Do they give us anything? No. no doctor, has come up with these plants, and you just put these plants on. They're antiviral, anti-herpetic, like no herpes, people. I can't cure herpes, but that prevent you from having an outbreak. Literally, these are all because of the plants. No yeast infections. I mean, like women start struggling with that. And then the urinary tract infections. On top of it, the vagina, as the walls are thinning, it's in crisis mode. Is it even going to consider an orgasm? I don't think so.
No.
It's in crisis mode. Parasympathetic nervous system anticipates that penis or whatever is coming at it, and it's like, no, can't do it, but I'm done. No, I can't, because it's scary. But we don't talk about that. And then on top of it, we give you creams that are going to have the Carmex effect. Remember Carmex? You use your Carmex.
Oh yeah.
Where the fuck's the Carmex? Oh my God, I lost my Carmex. My lips are going to dry out because I'm dependent upon it.
Yeah.
That's interesting. We have a friend.
Lubes.
Yeah, I was just thinking of her. Yeah,
Lisa.
Two friends, actually, two. All right, first,
We've got a couple of friends. We sit around and talk about some of these things now because we just don't give a shit anymore.
We want to share anyway the information. Yeah.
We have a friend who went to the doctor, and the doctor, she has closed up so much. The doctor sees a child's speculum for her, and they told her there's nothing she can do. It's just the way it is. What else did they say, Eva? No,
they told her. Well, basically, they told her
that this is normal and there's no hope. And it's just the way her life is now.
Yeah, so she's like, so she resolved the fact that she's never going to get laid
she's in
anymore.
Her 50s, right?
She's like, it's just going to shrivel up and that's it.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Well, I told her, I'm like, I don't think that's right. I'm like, I would change doctors if I were you.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not
I spoke
We're
to
all
a
like,
woman,
honey, come on.
I spoke to a woman over the weekend who had that exact problem. Been married for a long time and has that exact problem. So fortunately, this person has a practitioner, a doctor, who has introduced her to she said the first one was like a pinky, and then the second one's a little bigger than a pinky and everything. And she said, and I'm graduating, I'm getting up there, but he's got a really big penis. And so I was like, I love you, babe. And she's like, and yes, we found other ways to, bring each other pleasure, but she said, but I really want this. So she's going to start using the phytocannabinoids, because what that will do is, one, strengthen those tissues while it's lubricating. The plants oxygenate the cells. And, I see it when you use phytocannabinoids on your face, which is, by the way, everybody, like my 85 concoctions are all versions of phytocannabinoids, because it's rebuilding the skin. The same thing's happening in your pussy. It's the same thing. The skin is rebuilding. Like you're getting a stronger, cell wall of tissues. And on top of it, you're calming the parasympathetic reaction. So, for people like that, as I said this earlier, they see a penis coming and their vagina goes, because right? I'm if you tied my hands behind my back, I would be able to say nothing.
That's from living in Italy. I
was just going to say,
I used to go talk to the Italians about all this. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's a side note, is that
you make them mute if they can't talk.
Yeah.
So many, speaking of other cultures like that, one of the things that just keeps like breaking my heart 50 times over, and having conversations with different women and different, groups where we're talking about your endocannabinoid system together. And these women are saying, my grandmother didn't, we didn't even talk about how to put in a tampon. Like my mother told me that from the other side of the door. She said, when it's come to menopause, and back to what you were saying, April, is just, I have the biggest compassion right now in life for men who are just desperate to, they're not looking to go find somebody else.
That was my next thing. I know men that get no sex, no intimacy, not even as much as hand holding, the wives just have turned away from them. And I don't know if it's that they just have turned away or if it's they're afraid that anything is going to bring on sex and they're uncomfortable with sex, like even just cuddling or giving them hugs and kisses or hand holding. But, we got to try and save these relationships.
Exactly.
exactly.
Nobody's, it's like I say at the end of the day, if you don't feel good, you really can't do good.
Right.
You're going to vote like shit. You're going to not return your shopping cart. You're going to be a total fucking asshole because you don't feel good and you're not getting laid. And, it's like.
And you're going to drive slow in the left lane.
You're going to drive slow in the left lane. And on top of it, you're going to be a, sorry everybody, but you're going to be a liability to the system because you're not going to age well. So, I do want to touch upon that quickly because I know that there are so many people in the world who have trauma and don't want to have sex, don't want to, and I do work with a couple of people who counsel girls from the military who've had really bad sexual trauma. And what they're able to do is by using, something topically. Takes a while before they can use it topically, but eventually they get to the point where they can take a few pumps of a botanical blend and put it on their pussy. And before they know it, things are coming back to life. Like that's a double drink, everyone. Things are coming back to life.
That is.
Okay.
That's the most beautiful thing because the other thing about the endocannabinoid system, I love this. It controls your bad memory synthesis. So if you have PTSD, hello, Heather, from school shooting stuff, it actually helps move those memories into a better place in your brain so that you can fucking deal. It really is. It's amazing. It's incredible. And I can't speak any more to it than that because I don't spend a lot of time.
I honestly think after the last 5-6 years, everybody's got PTSD. I mean, like since COVID, everybody's, there's just, I mean, it literally affected everybody across the board in some way, shape or form. Everybody lost something, even if it's just their identity of what they used to know this world as.
Yeah.
So,
and what's happening in the world right now is triggering PTSD all over the place with
it
everything
is.
out and all that shite. We won't even give a name to it, but it's so beautiful to know that you have this system in your body. I used to work in the music industry, and I worked with soundboards a lot, mixing boards, and the endocannabinoid system to me is your ultimate soundboard, right? Yes, and the hurricanes too. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
We're in Sarasota. Hello. I mean,
Oh yeah, you guys got clobbered.
Yeah, worse than we do in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Milton. I have PTSD from Milton for real.
Helene. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got hit in North Carolina and here with Helene. Got it in both places. It was just nuts.
Yeah. I did Hurricane Sandy up north right after Sandy.
Yes, I was there for that one too. I was in New Jersey, Philadelphia.
Yeah. People are like, oh, I'm moving down to Florida.
That was a pretty bad one. I had no power for I think the whole time. We weren't even in it. We were outside of it, and we still got hit hard.
We had no power for 13 days, and that fucker hit on a Tuesday, and then that Friday there was that blizzard, and we were in this 1858 farmhouse. And we had like kids huddled around the big fireplace, and I'm just watching these pine trees. And we watched, what's the Disney with the girl and the arrow, the Scottish
Brave.
Brave, yeah. Put the kids mesmerized in front of that, and I just sat there and talked to those trees and was like, "Please, just keep swaying and not." But anyway, I really, really love to speak to that because men. I feel you guys. I hear you. This is an epidemic that what we have right now, and we are all rising to the occasion because I cannot tell you how many guys I have say to me, I don't know. I want to help her. I want to help us. They're not looking like, we vilify. They're not looking to go find the next young thing. Mm-mm. They're just looking to find a way to help their partners feel better. And ladies, every time I talk in a longevity sphere, you take you talk about the endocannabinoid system, talk about menopause, and talk about longevity. Take those 3 words out of the conversation, and you're having the same fucking conversation over and over and over again. You talk about longevity, you might as well be talking about the endocannabinoid system. You might as well be talking about menopause, because all of these things that we're trying to do, we're just trying to bring balance to the body. And we can do that with this system. And we just need to learn more about it, and we need to study it, and we need to tell each other about it. And we need to understand that how it works for you is not how it works for you, is not how it works for you exactly, but it's there. It's there in all of us. So it's like I say, it's like you have this big, fabulous control board in your kitchen, and you walk by it every day, and because you're the same height, you probably hit the same one often. You push this button all the time because you hit it with your elbow or your shoulder or whatever. But what about all those ones down here that you didn't even know you had? You didn't know how to push them. What if you learned how to push them? And then everything just sort of like, I'm a Tetris child, really Tetris people. And getting back to Jeff's question, I think it was, or excuse me if I forgot your name wrong, about can this help guys? When it comes to the sexual thing, okay, the product's not going to give you guys the same insanely.
It's not going to be like the blue pill, right?
No, it's not going to be like the blue pill. There are definitely times where I will say to my husband, hey, you can put that away because I'm up. I got 15 minutes in me and then I'm asleep. Like, don't use it. Definitely it brings circulation and it brings an extra oomph to it. I have a lot of people guys who like to use it before they go work out, which makes absolute perfect sense. One, it boosts confidence. It's so funny. Women, we don't have a lot, we don't need to boost confidence. We do, we all need to, but we don't study it. Like with guys, we know exactly how to boost their confidence and how it works in the brain and what botanicals we use for that. I guess we're just like, what the fuck? I boost my confidence. I'll do that on Thursday, after I've done, 85 other things. I don't know. But for guys, boosting their confidence before they go to the gym, helping them with recovery and circulation and blood flow and libido, because, there are guys who andropause wreaks havoc on them as well. And their libido might go down a little, sometimes she starts to get it all figured out because she's figured out this, and this. And all of a sudden he's like, whoa, there were times when my husband would say to me, dude, I wish you knew me when I was 18. I was like, well, because again, our bodies, when we're really paying attention to how we feel through the day. I love the word hedonism. I don't know why that ever became a bad thing to me. I'm like, what does that mean? It means to feel good. Mm-hmm. We should all be striving to be hedonists, because if we feel good, that means things are functioning well in our bodies. If you feel shitty, something's probably wrong. This is not rocket science, right?
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people have lost touch with what feels, you know what I mean? Having body awareness and having spatial awareness. A lot of people are like, where did it go? Oh, there it is. I knew there was around here. A lot of people are like this a lot. So they're staying so busy and so cluttered. They're losing connection with their space and their physique and their body. And it's really important to take a moment. That's why they always say get grounded. Take a moment to do a scan on your body and see how you actually feel. I think we're losing that sometimes. I see people walking all the time with their in the phone, and I'm just like, I can't believe we don't have more people getting hit by cars. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're driving down the road. If they're walking this way, they're driving this way, right?
They are. Yeah.
I miss the days of the people just drinking and driving. It was a lot safer.
It's true. It's so true. It's so true. You see that a lot in New York City, where the New Yorkers sort of have it down, but tourists, they're always, looking like they're going to get hit by a fucking car, because they're looking all around and they're looking on their phone and they're going like this. Meanwhile, if you're, born and raised New Yorker, you got it down. You're looking, you're done. Well,
this is how we feel when people are here visiting in Florida. We see the same things. Like, Jesus, really? We have one of the highest pedestrian hits in the country.
problem
Yes.
for that reason.
I
Yeah,
never
I
thought
also-
of that.
I saw
Yeah.
somebody. I saw once. It was there was a video of a guy standing waiting for a train. I guess there was some kind of weird gang initiation where they were pushing people into the trains. It was
Oh.
awful, into the tracks. So
And this is in the city? In New
Yeah.
York? Yeah. Yeah.
and the
remember
guy
New
is
York.
standing at the edge watching this thing, and he got pushed into the train. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, that is beyond awful. It is so awful. But kind of it's his fault too, because he was looking at his phone instead of having
Yep. And
spatial
standing on
awareness.
the edge. Hello.
If
Yeah.
you're standing on the edge and you're in a city and you're not looking around you, like having some kind of physical presence, awareness, spatial
Mhm.
awareness.
Yeah.
You got
know what's going on.
you got to be a little bit accountable too.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Absolutely. I wish we could do that. I wish we could do that. I've said that for so long. Start teaching in, kindergarten. Awareness. How do you feel after your lunch today? Oh,
Yeah.
look, Johnny, you feel like ass every time you have strawberries. Did you ever notice that? Or, oh, look at you. You're a little boogie nose. And maybe it's because your mama keeps making you a cheese sandwich. You either have a gluten or a dairy sensitivity. And it's
We should do
hard.
that.
I even said that to my daughter the other day. I said, sometimes it's hard to, like, I'm going to teach a little botanical class to some kids at school a couple weeks ago. And I'm sitting there looking at one of these kids and I was like, oh, if I could have this one for a week, I could get rid of those dark circles. I'm like, Heather, like, stop. Like,
Well,
this is not your
then there's the smelly kid. There's always the kid.
There's always one.
There's always that, and it might be the food they eat too. It could be all
Yeah.
kinds of things.
Let's
So-
get some chlorophyll and a detox diet for that child. Exactly.
When
You
Winona
know-
said, I can't tell you how many times people have almost fallen over in my wheelchair or fallen in my lap, not paying attention. I can't even, I
Oh.
can imagine. I
Dude,
really-
I'm Winona. I believe that 100%. You know what? You should devise a plan for that. I hope you have a plan when they get close to you to do something.
you should have a
Oh,
sword and a
Yeah.
a shield and a
make
sword
things,
to ride
Winona.
through
You
like
make
that.
things.
I have a hair stick that's a sword. You just
There you
pull it
go.
right out.
There
Just be
you
like,
go.
It's very
know,
Kill Bill. I like it.
you're
Yep.
very I do want to address one thing, and that is, for women who just have I'm sorry, I'm no libido. I have nothing. You can get it back. And it's okay to just simply say, I don't even want to get it back. Cause I've worked with a lot of women. And if you're in that place where you're like, it's done, I'm over, I don't want to get it back. Okay. But maybe take a few moments and take some phytocannabinoids and nourish yourself from that first chakra area. Give a little bit of moment to love to that first chakra. This is your first chakra. I don't give a fuck what you think about like yoga chakra or blah, 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 blah. That's what it is. This is your core. And when I was working with these botanicals, I went to Dr. Novak and I said, I love all these botanicals. You're telling me how about I put them in my pussy? And then they'll get right into my system. And he was like, oh my God, lady, you're like crazy. And I said, yeah, but, and he goes, but you're right.
Mhm.
And this is the fastest, easiest way. Medical studies show that the fastest, easiest way to activate the endocannabinoid system is first rectally and second vaginally. So take your pick, people, right? And use your botanicals. And this way, even if you have no interest, and even if that never comes back, you are still producing 2-arachidonoglycerol, which if you have an orgasm, man, you produce so much, man. You just stay nice and healthy and juicy and like keep doing that. Like try for that, like try for it. But no pressure, because it's a fucked up world that we live in. And there's a lot of people with a lot of trauma and all of that. And I just don't want anybody to miss out on how good you can feel, because it's not, the end game isn't to live to be like 185 unless that's your thing. The end game is to live well every day, to feel good, to be 85 years old and still be able to skip down the street and, feel a little bit like, because
Uzoni.
if you're juicy on the outside, you're juicy on the inside, you're juicy everywhere. And I hate that. But it's really
It's a good word, though. Juicy.
It's a good word. It is.
No, the bad one is moist. That's a bad one. That's just
Oh
like
my God, that's so funny. My
being
husband,
juicy's okay.
an ex who's just like, we have a joke about the word moist. So when I was coming up with my podcast, I wanted it to be how to stay sexy and juicy. And then I was like, no, stop it with the juicy, Heather. Just stop it. But that's what it is. And you see two women and they're both 80 years old and one looks juicy. She looks a little bit moist, and it's true. Like, you know, you feel a little like this, and her joints are a little bit better, and the other one looks a little bit dried up. I'm gonna put money. Where's my calcium? That one's got orgasms. This one's not, because that's the other thing.
I'm gonna start using that with my friends and be like, "You're looking juicy today."
You're looking juicy.
Hey, I have a question for you, Heather.
Okay, go ahead.
So there's a friend of ours that she has lupus, and so she's susceptible to yeast infections.
Yes.
And so would these type products benefit her?
Absolutely, especially since finally some big pockets are funding research into the endocannabinoid system and, wait for it, autoimmune disorders, because the FDA has finally caught up, and there is one FDA approved cannabis product that has hit the market that is so fucking altered. Mother Nature would be like, what did you do to this beautiful plant of mine? But they want to help people with autoimmune disorders. So to answer your question, yes, my particular blend, because it contains, it's not the cannabis plant, it's not the extract from the hemp that is mitigating, it's the ginger. So ginger working now, ginger on its own. Oh my God, don't go fucking put in a piece of ginger in your pussy.
I was gonna say, I eat ginger all the time, but I don't know about putting it in my pussy.
Wait, I was gonna say, wait.
No.
Okay.
But right, the sum is greater than the parts. When you take ginger, and we're talking a really little amount of it, and you mix it with something like copaiba, super high in beta caryophyllene, super powerful phytocannabinoid, so soothing. When you mix it with copaiba, when you mix it with the critical extract of German chamomile, which is literally blue, it's so soothing, right? Okay, you put all these together with the ginger is going to go in there and eradicate the yeast. The copaiba, the German chamomile, the frankincenses, the boswellias, they're going to come in and be the soothing buffer so that you don't burn your pussy, because that ain't no fun, right? Like, nobody wants to do a high concentration of ginger. Again, and anybody who's had a yeast infection, like, sometimes you're just like, I don't care what it is, bring it, burn it, it's got to end. But no, but no. So we want to use plants together so that they can be soothing. So yes, in answer to your question with the lupus, in fact, I just did last month, I sent out an email to my, and if anybody wants to stay in touch, rockstarblends.com, you can press the stay in touch button. So I sent out a message and I said, hey, does anybody experience sensitivity in their Rockstar Woman product? Because I've had two girlfriends come to me and say, hey, can you make me a product without the ginger? Now, one of them, I refused because she has the herpes. And I was like, no, baby, you got to work through this because that's keeping that at bay. But sometimes it's, she has two formulas now, one without and one with. The ginger is so important for keeping the virus and that, overgrowth at bay. Now, mind you, if you're sitting on the couch eating bonbons all goddamn day, I can't do anything about your gut flora, and you're going to have a repeated problem with yeast infections. So talk to me about your gut, because if that's your issue. But if it's just occasional, for sure, it totally helps.
I'll have to talk to her and tell her to reach out to you. And
absolutely. Tell her, pick up the phone, tell me who she is, and that she comes from you guys.
So it's rockstarblends.com.
Yes.
Rockstarblends with an S.com. Yes. And there's a lot of sciencey stuff there. If anybody here is as geeky as the rest of us and wants to dive into it. And I love to have the conversation. As I said, I'm going to start a studio, like a salon. in the next month, where I just host groups, because I'm finding that just like we have so many guys want to come and just have this conversation so that they can turn around and say to their partners, hey, I got something just special for you. And guys, anybody
they have a lot of questions I see coming up.
Yeah, there are. Would this be something where men could get it as a gift for a woman, or is there like a sample version?
Oh my
like
gosh, you guys!
women could try a sample and see if it agrees with them.
Comments. I didn't ever turn on the comments. I'm so
No,
sorry.
that's
We're reading them to you. It's all right.
We're watching you read it. Yeah.
I can't
That's
read
okay.
and talk at the same time anyway.
That's for us. Don't worry.
Okay, April, I'm sorry, honey. Tell me again what you just said. Ask me again.
Would this be something that a guy could get for his woman as
yes.
a gift, or is there like a
Yes.
sample size version that people could try to see if it agrees with them? Or
Yep, we don't have samples on the website now. We do have a discount, so you can go, if you sign up for the newsletter, you get a discount, and I have a 100% money back guarantee. I've only had one bottle ever come back to me in 15 years, and that's really because she was started to get hot flashes, which meant that her endocannabinoid system was absolutely fine, and this was just revving her up a little. Now, there's other things that might have been going on there too, but right now I don't have samples. It's $69, so yes, it is an investment. I do like people to
69. What a weird number.
I know. Everything in my life is, I love that. I love that.
Easy to remember.
Although I do think it's overrated, honestly, because nobody can really fucking concentrate. So
No. 68 is way better. You do me, I'll owe you one.
April, I'm 57 years old and I never learned that. I am going to use that sentence tomorrow. I will use it in 3 sentences tomorrow.
Yep, right along with the moist. Just kidding.
No moist.
I'm kidding. No, that was a joke.
It's called juicy. We're juicy.
Juicy.
Yes, that was a joke.
Exactly. Yes. So, and please, everybody, if there's any questions, I mean, just really no. When my husband asked me what the price of the Rockstar Woman was, I do all the math, and it's like come up to $71 and something cents. And then I hear from the couch, one of my kids, who was either 11 or 13 at the time, goes, it should be 69. And I was like, what? And my husband said, dude, like seriously, you think anything else? I'm a very sex positive kind of mother. My mom's daughter is like, you taught us what a cocksucker was when I was 6, Mom. I was like, I don't want you to be that kid on the playground like me, who everybody's talking about blowjobs, and I'm thinking, I should blow dry my hair tomorrow like everybody else. I'm not gonna let that. I didn't want that to happen to my kids.
My mom told me, and I told everybody else, my mom told me that how you got pregnant, get the shit, was that a man would kiss a woman and she would swallow a seed and the seed would go into her belly and then a baby would grow. I went to school and I told everybody that and they laughed at me and they're like, no, that's a bunch of, this is how it happens. I was like, no, I'm like, my mom told me this is how it happens. The man kisses the woman and a seed goes down her throat and it becomes a baby.
And she wouldn't lie to me.
My mom wouldn't lie to me. She told me that shit. Straight face, everything.
You beat the crap
I was
out
that
of
kid. I had no idea what was going on. And I stood by my mom. Fuck her. So, love you, Mom.
No, but so my kids, I was like, I wasn't going to let you be that kid. And so they, of course, were like, oh, we could have been that kid. It would have been all right. Have been that kid. Not on my watch, people. Not on my watch. I mean, you know what? Like, I used to joke and be like, well, any day now, I'm sure I'll be blind, you know, but I never did go blind. So then I found out, oh, well, they're actually wrong about that too. So.
Oh, God.
There is a question that's come up twice in the chat, and I think I know the answer, but I'll throw it at you.
Yes. What about men for autoimmune disease?
Yeah. What about men who have autoimmune diseases like lupus? Could this be helpful for them as well?
Absolutely. And the number one place that you would use, you'd use Rockstar Man, which is a different blend formulated just for you guys. And you'd use it on your testicles. use it on your bum kind of thing, like get out of the shower. And as my one friend from growing up says, macro, I use it on my junk. And I then come up and I do it under my arms and everything. And it just makes me feel confident and good, helps my workout. It can help your immune system. So by using it daily, and you really want to use it daily, and no, you don't need to use it fresh out of the shower or bath, but it's better because one, your body's moist and you're absorbing it. And unless you're like juicy, you're juicy. And you know, and you use it on your testicles. I can't say that enough. It's just the fastest, easiest way, and your bum. It's the fastest, easiest way to get your body to absorb it. And then chances are you put undies or something on and your body keeps it all in there, and let these botanicals go to work. Feel a cold coming on, use it. You're ready to, mad enough to kill Kyle, like, you're really angry or you're dysregulated. I'm a South Park freak. Dysregulated, then use it. Use it on your, use it on your pussy. Just like if there is a big, because of being, the school shooting thing for me, when there's a massive amount of sirens and my kids at high school down the street, we live literally down the street, I will sometimes, if I have or it's more likely that John will do it in the moment, because in the moment you're sort of like freaking out. He'll say, hey, go use your Rockstar woman. Yes, it can be used for the sexual reproductive organs. In fact, there's incredible research that I'm sure Big Pharma doesn't want to come out about how many thousands of endocannabinoid receptors are in our reproductive organs. So by using these botanicals, you are strengthening that system. You're getting that system to talk to each other. What happens when infertility happens and when, like polycystic ovary and everything, something's not talking to something else. And that's really like, I'm not a doctor and I never played one on TV. So there's nothing like, I'm not giving you any medical advice, but if you are able to use it on the regular, your body will start to balance, and then your reproductive system will balance, which doesn't necessarily mean you'll conceive with that person. We all know that there's a lot of incompatibility in the world. That's another whole conversation that I'm not even equipped to have. But it's important to know that you can nourish these systems, every single solitary fucking body with plants through your endocannabinoid system. And we all should be doing it.
Do we trust the FDA really? Like
ever for anything? No.
It just seems like, especially when it comes to like plants, it seems that is something that they can't, because of that law where they can't. What's the word? They can't. I'm not thinking of copyright, but I guess there's a word like copyright. I guess they can't copyright anything that is not in. That's in
trademark. They can't patent.
Thank you, patent. Yeah, they can't. My brain just. They can't patent anything in nature, so a plant medicine seems like they would have to make it synthetic or mess with it quite a bit before they could put it on the market. I mean,
exactly.
Am I incorrect?
You're absolutely correct. The other thing is that when you have plant extracts in an oil form, if you don't add any water, you don't need all your big preservatives. And that's huge because the preservative industry is a billion dollar industry. And if you tell them, we don't need you for us, and that doesn't fly with a lot of people. The other thing is that, no, I just lost what I was going to say. The other thing about the plant,
FDA plants, patents, all that.
With the FDA is that if you want a product to penetrate through the skin. Okay, so this is your stratum corneum, my skin, your stratum corneum. Right underneath this is a very intricate network of immune cells. They're called Langerhans cells for the dude Langerhans in Germany who discovered them. An entire network of immune cells. It is so important what you put on your skin. Now, if we want the formulas that we're putting on our skin to get through the stratum corneum, we need to use what the cosmetic industry calls an enhancer. This is usually something like ethanol or polypropylene glycol or some such shit that breaks down the stratum corneum. It basically destroys it so that the botanicals can get through, which is so much bullshit. I can't even stand it. Like, why would we be destroying the outer part of our skin if we use another plant such as jojoba, which is a wax, an ester? If we use jojoba, then it will penetrate. It will penetrate through the stratum corneum. Sorry, I don't know why that bing came
That's
up.
okay.
It will penetrate through the stratum corneum by nourishing it, not breaking it down, not destroying it. It will just penetrate. So how important is this for our pussy and our testicles, people? Double drink. Right? Why are we putting stuff on our most intimate area that breaks it down so that we can get through that skin? We're already dealing with atrophy, people. Why are we doing this?
Better question is, why aren't we doing it?
Well, why aren't we doing?
Why isn't this common knowledge?
Exactly, because you know what? Who is the biggest? I mean, we drive the world, our economy. I mean, women, we are the consumers, right? We'll turn to any product. You tell us it will help us feel better. You tell us it will help us take our husband. You tell us it'll give us better orgasm. We don't look at what's in it. I can't tell you how many messages people think I'm a fucking harpy. I send these messages to these clean beauty companies that I love and have loved for years, but they're rolling out new feminine, sexual products. And I'm like, you guys, you're calling this natural? Are you for real? Nobody ever responds. I'll be like, this ingredient, blah, 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 blah. Are you kidding me? Like,
My gynecologist.
But I wouldn't eat what I'm going to put on my pussy. I don't think so.
Cheers.
These people.
My gynecologist sells a regeneration.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you call it, but it's a laser. They will laser down there to regenerate your vaginal lips and walls. And I think they call it something like the Athena. It's something like that. Mm-hmm. So of course they sell financing for it. It is brutally expensive. It was something like, I don't know, $800 a session, and you need like at least 4 of them. So, and they'll sit there and tell you, well, your husband would want you to do this. I've heard them do the sales pitch. So it's probably more than $800 a session. It's like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to regenerate your vag through laser therapy instead of just instead of teaching women what they need to know in order to keep it from atrophying in the first place. So
I love that line. Your husband would want you to.
Oh yeah, I've actually heard them say that. Why don't you check? The woman was like, I don't know if I can afford this. Well, why don't you run it by your husband? He would probably want you to have this. Yeah, the Vag Blaster 2000. Thanks, Alan.
That's great.
Your husband would really want you to have the Vag Blaster 2000, okay? Fernando says our country is still stuck in the old Puritan ways when it comes to the sex. Yep. I think so. And then when they get off of being stuck in it, then they want to see where they can profit from it. So
we vilified feeling good. Hedonism is bad. We don't talk. We get censored for saying orgasms. And
that's why we weren't live earlier. I couldn't believe it
on Twitch.
And then I had to change. I kept changing the title. And I was like, I don't know why it won't go live. And then finally I took the word orgasm out and was like, you are live. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me?
Segs, SEGGS to spell sex on Instagram. You can't.
Oh my God. I changed it. I did do the power of women. I was like, after doing it like 7 times, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm trying to.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, we missed the first like 25 or 30 minutes, unfortunately.
Oh,
so,
sorry.
I know. Well, to recap, what did we learn today? What do people need to know, and how can they find you and everything? Give us a quick recap on all of this.
Quick being the operative word. I don't do anything quickly, but I will do it in my ass. I'm good at a quickie, actually, but no, it's really important for everyone to remember that they have an endocannabinoid system. You all have one, and It is the easiest system in the world, once you know a little bit about it, to activate it and to nourish it. And this will help you feel better. This is a better mood, like an even mood. When I'm rocking my really endocannabinoid system is feeling really good, I don't like be mad enough to kill all the time, right? Even though there's a lot to be angry about.
Apparently, a lot of people need to activate their endocannabinoid
A
system.
lot of
Yes.
people,
balance, balance,
Right?
balance.
right? You'll
There's a lot of
see-
anger out there.
Yeah, and a lot of PTSD and trauma, and you know, your system wants you to feel good. So I really want everybody to also know that there's a big difference between sex and orgasms. And if you're not having sex right now, and again, I'm not your sex therapist and everything, but if you're not having sex right now, start with just maybe an orgasm. And if you're not having orgasms right now, start with just using botanicals down there. You don't even have to say pussy. You don't even have to say I'm putting it on my cock. Just put some botanicals down there so that your endocannabinoid powerhouse can be created. You can create 2-arachidonoglycerol. I just like to say it, 2-AG. Okay, it sounds like a spider. I love it. But 2-AG, you can create that, and then things might just start coming back, like your libido. And if you've got a partner who isn't receptive right now at all, you know, you could step
Get
back
foot rubs. Get foot rubs.
Yeah, foot rubs, botanicals. Get those botanicals. You've got thousands of receptors on your feet, underarm, a back rub. Start gentle. Use the botanicals. Give them the botanicals and say, hey, just try putting these on. You know, just I got this because I know you're suffering from bad sleep, irritability. Don't say irritability. Never say that to a woman. You're suffering from irritability.
I know you want to feel more balanced, and I found this for you.
There you go. That's a good way to put it.
Promises to help with being overheated and balanced. Maybe see it's all natural. See if you like it.
Thank you, April. You're hired, honey. I love it. Thank you. I'm just like I'm going to tell you. I'm going to throw 80. Remember, I'm a metalsmith. I'll throw 85 things at you at once. Be careful. Yeah, you know, you just if you've never had a partner. You don't ever even need a partner unless you want a partner, but you can take care of your own system. You can nourish your own system. And really, that's really what it's all about. Because once we start doing that, then it's like when this, okay, I'm going back to the soundboard, right? You're only EQing a few knobs. Well, you ain't got no bass, honey. I am not listening to you. Like, where's my treble? I got no hi-hat. It's just sort of going along. You start, you know, with your endocannabinoid system in all the different ways, breath work. I mean, when I work with people in groups is my favorite because we get a small group and we're like, okay, let's work together on activating your system. And we find ways, you report back and you're like, that felt good. That didn't do anything for me. I still felt depressed, or I still blah, blah, blah. It's like, we just try different ways. And then before you know it, you're your own fucking symphony and you're just rocking and you're feeling good. And you sound different than everybody else. Like, you take my playlist and you play it. Nobody sounds the same. Maybe a little bit, but nobody really sounds, you know, like every song is different. Every body is different. And we can, like, trying to tell a woman to calm down, watch her.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just help. Like, I think that the medical community is afraid to learn about this. I mean, I never said that out loud, but I feel like they're afraid to really dive deep into this because it's just going to shake up everything. I mean, I've seen people start to work with their endocannabinoid system and get off their Xanax and shit. Like, it's because
we can't have that.
No.
SSRIs have a lot going on with financing. So
Right.
Exactly. What would happen if we all started relying on one less pill? They would start to crumble. And I've said it all along. It's like empowering your rocks. For me, my Rockstar blends are about empowering yourself to heal, because I had to stay alive. My husband was like, wait, what's that part about you're going to nurse the baby and then you're going to cut out of here? Why'd you say that to everybody? And I was like, oh, well, I didn't really mean it, but I had no plan. The plants came to me.
Oh, we're glad you're still here.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank
Well,
We
you
are.
know, it's interesting. You say that you deal with a lot of PTSD from a school shooting. You know, one of the things that I think every mass shooting has in common across the board is badly prescribed neurological drugs. So, and most of them are SSRIs. I was talking today about how there's two types of depression. There's hereditary genetic depression, then there's situational depression, but we're treating them as if they're the same. So if you're treating something like my life sucks, the same as a genetic bipolar disorder, depression, when you have a my life sucks, and they're both legitimate depression, but when you're treating something that is a chemical imbalance, made for a chemical imbalance, with somebody who has a situational thing where, you know, they're backed into a corner and they don't know how to get out and things are bad, you're giving them a chemical imbalance by giving them one of these drugs. And pharmaceutical companies, they know that side effects are suicidal ideation and homicidal thoughts.
Right.
So, and these are all linked to these mass shootings, and they keep giving them to people instead of suggesting situational alignment, like change your lifestyle, you can change your diet, go for a walk for 30 minutes, try this, try that, try different things instead of drugs, instead of a quick fix.
Right.
So the fact that you're suggesting something that might get people away from more drugs and make them happier and more balanced is a good thing.
You're the enemy for that.
Yeah.
So.
For real. But
Yeah,
you know,
well.
like I can't think of a better person to be the enemy. First of all, I go under everybody's radar. Look, nice little blonde white lady. I infiltrate all over the place, and then I open my mouth, and they're like, "Oh wait, who let you in here?" But
You got to take a number behind RFK Jr.
Exactly.
Both of you. There you go.
Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't like truths or people who are against it, all that.
Heather, because of plant medicine, and I'm off those SSRIs now too. And that has led all this learning and experience and meeting people like you and those cannadelic and things like that going a few years ago has led me on the path of getting off a lot of meds.
Yeah. Microdosing and things for
microdosing, things like that. And learning and education on it. And so I am happy to have done that and can't wait to learn more. So, we went there that day hoping you were still to meet you, and hopefully you were still there, and we were right, you were. So we're thankful.
Yes, I'm very glad.
I don't miss it. I thank you. I'm so blessed. I never say that word. I'm so grateful that you ladies, I don't say things.
You can say blessed, it's cool.
It's okay. I'm so grateful that you did find me. I don't miss a candidelic. I mean, these are my people who understand, so, it's sort of like I don't have to start at the very, very, very beginning with everybody. Everybody's there because they understand.
They get it.
Yeah. And one of the beautiful things about the cannadelics, if anybody listening is in the St. Pete area, we've got another one coming up on April 3rd, and they're just a blast, especially these night markets, because they're really immersive and there's all sorts of stuff for sale. Like
just don't park at the Kava bar around the corner.
Exactly. You don't have to bring, you don't have to even bring cash.
That's not to you. That's the Kava bar.
Yeah.
But it's really wonderful to work with so many people who are, not just, fun stoners, trippers, whatever. They're working with people who are getting off of their serotonin inhibitors. I mean, I was going to say that earlier. I can't speak to this yet because I just don't know enough, but there's some really fabulous, if you dive and dig deep, it's always hard to find, but about how the endocannabinoid system affects serotonin levels. And I'm fascinated. I'm just really fascinated by this because, again, this is the secret to everything, right? Like if we get our serotonin balanced, then people aren't going to be assholes all the time. it's really going to be better.
Fingers crossed.
I'll tell you what, I've learned a lot from you tonight, and I'm going to be digging into it too to learn more about it and see how I can balance better with
And
what I've
yeah, if
already
you
been
guys-
doing. Add on to it. So
If you all want to try and get this in person and you're in the Tampa Bay area, you can go to the Cannadelic Market. I think you can find cheap tickets for like $10 or $12 to get into the market.
Yeah.
If you look at the Cannadelic website, and Heather will be there, and you can check
I'm an
everything
asshole
out.
all the time. Well, Alan's in
Oh, come
healthcare.
on.
He's the one that said it's what'd you say earlier? There's more profit in treatment than a cure. So yes, you would know, right? You're right there.
Yeah.
But
There's nothing wrong with being an asshole. I probably misspoke. I have better words. I don't call people pieces of shit either, because as a colon cancer survivor, I used to call shit treasures. My kids, you grew up thinking that poo was treasures. I'm like, oh my God, she's so bad. Hate their mother for teaching. That's the first time they saw treasures in a play. They're like, oh my God, those gnomes are looking for shit. What the hell?
That's funny.
that's great.
Anyway.
But yes, you can find Heather there, and you can check her out on her website with rockstarblends.com.
Here, I don't know if I can connect to comment. Yeah, rockstarblends.com. Rockstar Blends has an S at the end of it. And you can always message me. I'm a shit show on Instagram, but Heather Reilly Alchemist. I'm really mouthy and
Heather Reilly Alchemist, right?
Alchemist,
Yep.
yeah.
Alchemist.
Reilly, Heather Reilly Alchemist. I have a
She's on
Rockstar Blends
Instagram.
page, which I go to as well. I'm not as mouthy there, so it might be like that's more like professional. But
Well, that's Rockstar Roll On, right?
It's okay.
well, there's that one too. I really
Oh, okay. I
show
found
on
you. Yeah, different ones all over the place. Yeah.
Roxy Roll, and then Gen X hits menopause, which is my conversation where we have conversations, which is my podcast, where we have conversations very much like this.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I would like to have you on
Well,
it. It would be, please.
I would love that.
Right on. I'm
I would
texting
love
you right
that.
away. Everybody, sorry I couldn't see the chat, but please reach out. I mean, I really love to talk about this because I think it's, I had the Grim Reaper stand in the corner of my hospital room, like I'm with you, babe. And every time I go to a Ren fair, there's always a fucking Grim Reaper there. And I just come right up to this person and I'm just like, not today, baby. Because I literally felt like there's this Grim Reaper in the room and they didn't take me. He didn't take me. I'm pretty sure it's a guy.
You guys have the best Ren fair, by the way.
Yes,
in
I was
Sarasota.
just going to say that. We go to Sarasota Ren Fair on
Mhm.
purpose. That's the best
It's
one.
It's really good. It's
That
really
one's
good. But I'm
such a
coming up.
fun one.
Yours is coming up, isn't it?
It started.
we're
It
not-
started last
It
weekend.
started last weekend.
I'm not a
Wait.
huge fan of that one anymore. It just
I haven't
changed.
been to it.
Well,
haven't
then I
been.
won't say anything. You make up your own mind.
Yes.
Well, I want to go because there's that seamstress Lady Barbara, and I just love her stuff. And I haven't bought myself anything. I have like I love these dresses she makes called Hell's dresses.
Mhm.
And if you wear one, you're going to hell. It basically comes down like to your hip, and it's open on the side. But I ain't got no boobs, so I can wear a dress like that.
That's
And she's
funny.
a great seamstress.
So
Anyway,
yeah, they do have some good artists and seamstresses there.
yeah.
So, well, we've taken up enough of your time. I won't do that anymore. But
I'll talk to you ladies forever. Thank you so much for
Oh, you're
having me.
amazing.
Thank you for being here. So
Yeah, the Reaper really
you.
does exist, dude, for real.
so we loved having you. Thank you. You guys check her out.
Thank you.
Everybody rewatching the show, make sure you follow her and check her out. Okay. Thank you for being here. We love you. We love you.
Yes.
We will be live and see. There you go. Yes, we do the flexing.
Yes, pec
Flexi,
flex.
flexi, flexi.
I don't have them either, Heather.
And we will see you live next Tuesday. You can never get tired of saying "see you next Tuesday." So
I love that.
we
That's
changed
why
from
you
Wednesday
do
to Tuesday just so we could say that. So
Yeah.
thank you, everybody. Lots of love. Thank
All
you
right.
for being here with us to talk
Thank
about
you,
our
ladies.
vaginas. That is important.
Yes.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.